guys, so I'm finally going to be filming the Welcome to My Life sophomore year. I know it's seriously been like 3 years since I posted my freshman year one, and I just realized that as time keeps going I start to remember less and less, so I need to get this done for you guys. And I know that some of you guys have been waiting 3 years to see the sophomore year. Okay, first things first, I will again put a disclaimer in the beginning of this video. These are just my life instances, things that have gone on in my life, what I went through during my sophomore year of high school. And this is not to tell any of you that you should be doing anything I did, you should be, I don't know, having the same experiences. This is not anything to say, hey, this is what you should be doing your sophomore year. This is just basically what happened my sophomore year. Again, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Like I said in my freshman year video, I didn't sugarcoat anything. I told you guys everything. There may be some stuff in this video that may upset some people because, you know, there was stuff that happened during this time of my life that I wasn't comfortable with speaking about on camera. So with that being said, let us get into the video. So I'm going to start off with the fact that again I had to move schools. So freshman year I made all these great friends. I was like, I can't wait to see you guys next year. I can't wait to graduate high school with all you guys. It's going to be so much fun. And my dad tells me we're moving. So you have to understand that it was like a huge thing for me. When my dad said we were moving, I was like, great, like now I have to make all new friends again. I don't even know where we're going. Like, where are we going? First, I found out we were moving like super far away. Like, we lived in Phoenix and we moved all the way to the middle of nowhere in freaking butt Egypt. You know what I'm saying? When the BFE, there you go. So it was like super far, so I was like, great, like I'm not gonna have any friends again. Like, I still can't go to high school with my best friend, and now here I am having to make new friends after I just spent a whole year getting close to these people and getting to know these people. I decided, okay, this time I'm not gonna go out there and not know anybody. So MySpace used to have these like forums, and there was like a forum for the high school that I was going to, and now I don't care. I'm comfortable saying the high school that I went to. I just didn't want to get killed when I was younger. I was like, if I say the high school I go to, there's a chance I can get killed. So I never like said it on YouTube or anything, but I was gonna have to go to Buckeye Union High School. And if you live in Arizona, you know that that's literally, you might as well be living in California. It's so far away from Phoenix. So I went on the forum on MySpace, and it was like a Buckeye High School forum, and I was like, hey, I'm going to be going to this school next year. What's it like? And I didn't really think anybody would respond, but I actually got a response from this guy named Christian, who was actually one of my first friends at Buckeye High School. And he was like, well, to tell you the truth, it's full of nothing but Mexicans and Hicks. And I was like, oh my god, like what am I getting myself into? Like, packed up all my stuff, said goodbye to all my friends, super sad, moved to this freaking town. It was a town, it wasn't even like a city, it was like a town where legitimately there were people on horses, there was farms everywhere. There was like nothing. I think the coolest thing to do was go to Walmart. Like, when I lived in Buckeye, there was nothing to do there. Like, nothing, you guys. So first day of school comes, and I had to ride the bus, and I rode the bus, like I said, my freshman year, so it's always really awkward being the new person and having to ride a school bus. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever had to, no, I'm sure, like, many of you have had to deal with that. It's always so awkward being the new kid and riding the school bus, because it's like all these people already know people, and people, like, have friends that they sit with, and you're just kind of sitting there by yourself, and usually you tend to either go to the front or, like, kind of, like, shy away in the middle somewhere. You don't really go to the back, because that's where all the cool kids sit, right? So you just kind of, like, stay up front and just hope that, you know, you can get off this bus, get to school, get home, blah, 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 whatever. So I actually ended up getting Christian's number from MySpace, and I was like, yeah, let's hang out, like, at school. I don't know anybody, like, let's, whatever, you know, like, it'd be fun to have a friend. So, I believe we had the same lunch. I'm pretty sure. I think we had the same lunch for a little bit, and then it got switched or something. I don't remember, but anyway, so I went to my first couple classes, and it wasn't bad. You know, the first day of school always is just kind of like, introduce yourself, blah, blah, blah. And of course, that's super awkward because you're like, I'm a new kid, and I'm introducing myself to these people that all have friends, and like, you know, so you feel like really awkward. But anyways, I got through my first couple classes, and then it was lunchtime, and Christian's like, hey, meet me by the elevator. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I meet him by the elevator. He was like, you can come sit with me and all my friends. And I was like, okay, cool. And I literally hung out with like a bunch of dudes for like the first, I don't know, it was like the first week and a half or 2 weeks or something like that. So I hung out with like a bunch of dudes, and they were my only friends, but they were so much fun. Like, they were really cool. They used to make fun of me because at the time I was a vegetarian, and they'd be like, oh, what can we feed you? You know, you don't eat anything, because my school had off campus for like the upperclassmen. And so, you know, whatever, we would sometimes go. I would sometimes sneak off campus because it was only for juniors and seniors when I was a sophomore. So I would sometimes sneak off campus with friends and go eat lunch. That was always fun, but it was always scary, you know, coming back in, because then you'd have to like come into the school and hope that you don't get caught by the security guards. So yeah, like I hung out with Christian and his friends for the first couple weeks. I think it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And then I was put into a geometry class. They like switched around my schedule, and I was put into a geometry class that was like pretty full, so I was thrown in this like desk in the back. So like not only was I like this new student, but I was in a class and I was thrown in the back by myself in this like random desk. Like all the desks were here and I was like thrown in the back by myself like a freaking loser. And then one day this girl gets put in there, and she's like totally new too, and she gets put in this desk, like thrown off to the corner. And I don't know what happened, but like our teacher, Mr. Reyes, he was like, you can go sit in the back instead. She was like over in a corner, and then she came and sat next to me, and I was like, wow, this girl's gorgeous hair, because it was like super curly and like long and black, and it was gorgeous, and she was really pretty. So I was just like, hey, like, my name's Heather, and she's like, hey, my name's Christine, and I was like, nice to meet you, whatever, and I was like, I like your hair, and then she was like, thanks, you know, and I was like, we just kind of like talked, and we told each other how we were both like new to this school, and we didn't really know anybody, and I invited her to come eat lunch with me. I was like, well, you know, if you want to, you can come eat lunch with me and my friends, like, they're really cool guys, come eat lunch with us, blah, blah, blah. And I think at the time she was like, oh, you know what, it's fine, thank you. Like, I have some friends that I met on the bus that I'm going to go eat lunch with. And I was like, okay, it's cool if you ever want to, like, just come by. So anyways, long story short, her and I became like really, really, really good friends. I don't think I have any videos of us up anymore, but I used to have videos up of us, and me and her were just like really good friends. We were like super close. We ended up becoming like one, and so we started hanging out all the time, like all the freaking time. She was like my really, really good close friend there. Like her and I were like inseparable. I remember I hung out with her the first time at her house, and we became like Dora and Boots, and Christian was Diego, and I don't remember why we did that, but we always called each other Boots and Dora. I can't remember. Like I said, like my memory is like fading, so I have to try to get this stuff out to you, but yeah, so that was really cool that I finally had like a girlfriend. Not that it was like not fun hanging out with all the guys, but it's always fun to have like a girlfriend when you're a girl, you know, like you want to have that girl that you can talk to about boy stuff, like, oh my god, that boy was so cute, you know, and you can't really do that with the guys. I mean, you can, but they'll be like, really? Like, you think he's cute? I mean, trust me, I have a lot of guy friends. Oh, I also joined theater because, again, I told myself, okay, Heather, like, you're too shy, you need to break out of your shell, you need to do something, and so I joined theater. And that was probably one of the best decisions I ever made in my life at this school, because I made so many friends from theater. It was, like, crazy, right? The only bad part was they were all seniors, so they were graduating in 2008, and this was, like, 2007, 2008. I finally made a bunch of friends that, like, are really cool, because theater kids are always really cool. I don't know if like any of you guys take theater or what, or if you guys hang out with any theater kids, but theater kids are always so much fun. Like, they're so cool because they're so weird and quirky, and like, I don't know. So I joined theater and I made a bunch of really good friends, but like I said, they were all seniors, so that didn't go on too long, but it was fun to finally like start opening up to people, and theater really makes you open up because you have to be, you know, not shy. You can't be shy, it's theater, you know what I mean? So I would do really well when we would have like dialogues, or we would do little skits. Like, I would do really well, but as soon as you had to go up and do your monologues, I was like seriously so shut out. I was like shaking, and I'd get so scared because I was like, oh my god, like I hate being on stage, I hate everybody looking at me, but at the same time I was like, oh, I love this, it's so much fun. I would get really freaked out doing monologues and whatever. I actually did the talent show my sophomore year of high school, and we did Spice Girls, and we did like a couple different songs, and we did dances to them. I was Scary Spice, and I like made my costume. I wore like this zebra this zebra tube top shirt, and I made these zebra leggings, like with white leggings and like black marker, and I like did my hair super curly, and I put little like balls on my head or whatever. I don't know. I like wrapped my hair into little balls, and then I poofed it up, and I don't know, it was just like super weird, but I wish I had the video because I would love to show you guys that. I think it's so funny. Like, I wish I could see what it looked like now, because I'd be like, you guys, look at, I was totally on Spice Girls doing the talent show. Anyway, so that was really cool. What else happened my sophomore year? Oh, I got my first actual like boyfriend. So I told you guys that I like dated 2 guys my freshman year, but it wasn't really anything but friends. You know, those of you who have been following me for like ever know that I used to date this one guy, and I used to talk about him all the time in my videos, and then even when I did my breakup videos, I was like, yeah, there was this one time when I thought I was so in love. I started dating this guy. So he and I started talking my freshman year of high school, and into my sophomore year, we started talking more, we started hanging out, we ended up dating, and we started dating in October of 2007, and it was just like craziness, because he went to school with this girl that was just like crazy. Like, she used to tell people really bad things about me, and I don't even know why. I mean, I guess I kind of do know why. I was friends with her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or whatever. I was like friends with him, and he used to tell me all this crazy stuff about her, and I was just like, wow, she doesn't sound like fun. And then she found out that we were friends, and then she went all crazy and used to tell like everybody. She used to tell Stephanie like really bad things about me, and Stephanie was like, who is this girl? Like, I need to meet her and decide for myself. And now me and Steph are like freaking like the best of friends, you know what I mean? So it was just kind of like crazy, because I never had to deal with like any real drama. And then I start like dating this guy, and I'm having her like, this girl used to text me from his phone and be like, I'm breaking up with you. And I'd be like, okay, well, if that's what you want, like, let's break up. I don't know what to tell you, you know? And then he'd be like, oh, that wasn't me, I'm sorry, that was her. And I was like, oh, like, why does she have your phone, you know? It was like one of those like weird things. But anyway, so it was like really rocky, and then he and I broke up, and then in January of 2008 we got back together, and we're like, okay, like, we're not gonna like listen to anybody, we're just gonna like believe each other, whatever each other says, and blah blah blah. Like, you know how you are, you're like young and naive. Like, at this point I was what, 16 years old? Yeah, I was already 16 when we had started dating, like for real. And so we started, but we never like stopped talking from October to January. It was just kind of like, oh, things are bad. And it was actually really sad, you guys. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, because we had been talking for so long, and we had started dating, and then like we broke up, and I was like super sad. Like, I remember like that was one of the first times I ever cried over a boy, and I was like crying in the bathroom, and then like my teacher actually let Chrissy come to the bathroom and like make sure I was okay, and like, you know, because I think he knew something was wrong. So that was like really sad, and Chrissy and Roger both sang to me. It was like the cutest thing ever. My friend Roger, who we're still really good friends now to this day, but Chrissy and Roger would sing that one song to me. What the heck was the song? It was I don't remember. Damn it. It was a good song too. They would like sing it to me, and they were like blah, 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 you know, like, because they could sing. I can't, but they would sing it to me, and it just like made me feel totally better. And they were really good friends. But that was like the first time I ever like cried over a boy. I was like, oh, this is crazy, like, I'm crying over a boy. So anyways, fast forward again to January. We got back together, and then we were like, okay, let's like make this work, like blah blah blah. And I mean, whatever, I dated him, and it was really like hard because I didn't drive at this time. So he lived in Phoenix and I lived in Buckeye, so we'd see each other on the weekends or whenever he could randomly come down. So it was kind of like all new to me. Like, I was so like wrapped up in this relationship. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I really like this guy. Like, I think I care about him so much. I want to be in this relationship, and I'm gonna make it work no matter how far he is. And I was just like so engulfed in this relationship, you guys. It was crazy. But I'll get more into that in like a relationships video. What else happened my sophomore year? Oh, I got another job. I actually got 2 jobs my sophomore year of high school. My first job, I worked at Sonic, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's a fast food place, and they're on like rollerblades, and well, actually roller skates. So I got the job at Sonic because I knew a girl who was friends with the manager. And I went and interviewed, and he's like, yeah, you're perfect, let's do it. And so I got hired, and I tried to roller skate, and I like seriously almost fell like a million times. That is like so deadly, you guys. You don't even understand how crazy hard it is to like carry drinks and food on roller skates. Like, I seriously commend anybody who works at Sonic, because it's like, holy crap, you're skilled, because I could not do it. So they ended up putting me in the window, and I just did like the drive-through window, and that was like so much easier for me. And you guys, I'm not good at math. Like, I'm a smart girl, but I'm not good at math, especially like offhand in my head. Like, that. So I would be like doing change, and I was like, what? Because they have these little clickers. You just click, 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 and you get like the change. And one time a customer had to tell me what his change was, and I was like, this is so embarrassing. Like, literally, I don't want to work here ever again. Like, I was like, ugh. And there was this one guy that I just did not like working with, you guys. Like, okay, so at Sonic, you have to get drinks out within, like, I think 30 seconds, and you have to get food out within, like, 60 seconds, or I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong if any of you work at Sonic, but you had to get drinks out within a certain amount of seconds. And I had just done this super big drive-through order, and I got, like, all these drinks ready, and I started lining them up, and this guy that worked there was getting food ready, and he left the bags too close to the heat lamp, and he set the freaking bags on fire, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, I was like, these are on fire. And his first instinct was to grab all the drinks that I made, not just one drink to put out the fire. Mind you, this wasn't even a big fire, okay? So he, like, opens up all the drinks I made and just starts pouring all these drinks onto this, and I'm like, first of all, one drink would have sufficed, and second of all, like, why couldn't you freaking get the water thing? Like, you know? So he threw, like, all these drinks that I just made on this fire, and I was just like, I really don't like you. It was just not fun to work with him. So one day I ended up calling them and said, hey, I'm not coming to work today. And they were like, okay. And I was like, actually, I'm not coming to work ever again. Like, I'm quitting. And they were like, oh, well, just drop off your uniform. And I was like, all right. So then I went and dropped off my uniform, and that was that. And that was not professional, and I would never do that again. But it was just like, it was like one of my second jobs ever, and, you know, I was just like fed up. I was like, just like, let me get my check, I'm done, bye. And then I didn't have a job for a while, and then I got a job at this Water and Ice that I ended up working at for, like, literally 3 years. The owners were amazing people. I'm still in contact with the whole family. They were just, like, seriously amazing. Like, it was a little mom and pop water shop, and it was awesome. Like, I loved working there because I got free ice cream, and it was thrifty ice cream. Oh my god. If you guys live in any area that sells thrifty ice cream, you know how amazing thrifty ice cream is, especially in California. That's, like, I think where it's from. So they sell thrifty ice cream, they sold snow cones, and they sold nachos, they sold all kinds of stuff. It was a Water and Ice. So you fill up your water jugs, you buy your ice, or you get ice cream, snow cones, nachos, smoothies, all kinds of things. And I worked there, and I actually really, really liked it there because it was, I don't know, it was a lot of fun, and I worked with, like, fun people. My stepsister worked there for a little while. I had a couple friends that worked there for a little while. So it was fun, and I stayed there for a really long time, and I ended up becoming, like, one of their, you know, like, best employees. They trusted me to, like, open and close the store. Like, it was awesome. You guys, I totally forgot to tell you guys that I had, like, a huge style change. My sophomore year of high school, I was super into, like, the hippie thing. And I literally wore, like, hemp sandals and bell-bottom jeans and, like, floral t-shirts. And I used to wear, like, little headbands around my head. And I actually got my yearbook so that I could show you guys what I look like. So, first, let's get an idea of what kind of clothes I wore. That's me right there. It says, sophomores Ricardo Rios, Heather Hernandez, and Braden Maxwell, and senior Megan Brewer act out the storyline from the French textbook in front of the class. I feel like I'm, like, in, like, a learning studio. Like, hi, children. But anyways, okay, so I'm wearing this, like, yellow shirt that has, like, this weird, like, design on the front, and then I was wearing, like, a head thing, like a headband over my head. I don't know, so weird. And then I wanted to show you guys my school picture. There's me. Hopefully I'm getting this in camera. That's me. And, like, a thing over my head right there, too. See me? That's so weird, right? But anyways, I don't want to make this video too long, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit, like, make it fun, tell you guys a little bit about stuff that I did. Oh, I went to one of my first parties ever. This party was crazy, you guys. So this was one of the first parties that I ever went to, and I didn't know how to dress up for parties. I literally never had been to a party. I don't know. So Chrissy and I met up with one of my friends. Her name was Marquita, and we went to some party out. I don't know where it was. This party was intense. So first of all, it was like the first time that I had ever taken shots, and I took a shot of Malibu and 99 Bananas. It was like a double shot thing. Oh my gosh, you guys. I literally got, like, super tipsy off of that because, hello, I was, like, 16. I didn't really drink that much, so it was, like, I don't know, it was, like, all new for me. And so I did that, and I was, like, a little tipsy, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna dance, like, because I did not know how to dance at all. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna dance. And I was, like, dancing at this party with this guy who, if you guys have watched my videos, was Carlos, and that's my ex-boyfriend. So I was dancing with him and he spilled beer on my foot, and I was like, okay, I'm totally done dancing, like I don't want to dance anymore. And then out of nowhere there was like gunshots and we heard like screams, and then this like guy came running in and he like put his hand across the wall and there was like blood across the wall, and we were like everyone was freaking out, but like I was like, is this what parties are like? Because if this is what parties are like, I'm not ever coming to a party again. Like, I do not want to get shot. I do not want to see people bleeding. I don't want to get beer spilled all over me. Like, I was just like, what is this? So that was like super intense. Like, I thought like I had to tell you guys about that. Just be really careful when you guys are going to parties, that you guys are being safe and know who's giving you these drinks. I luckily knew the girl that was pouring the shots, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take a drink. Let's do it. I watched her the whole time, you know, like, just make sure you guys watch who's pouring your drinks. Be careful at where you're at, like, know your surroundings, know who to contact if you guys need that. I know I sound like a mom right now, but it's like, I know that there are younger girls who watch my videos, and I don't want to ever say anything that would, like, click something in your head to where you'd be put in, like, I don't know, like, put yourself in a dangerous situation. So please know where you're at, know your surroundings, know the people that you're with, and if you're gonna drink, which I don't recommend, I'm not saying please drink, I'm not saying drink underage, I'm not your mothers, I'm not gonna tell you guys what to do. I know that it happens because I drank underage, but please, I'm not by any means enforcing that or like saying that it's good or like condoning it or anything. I'm just saying that this is what I did. I don't know why I keep explaining myself, I'm getting all freaked out. Anyways, so that was that. I went to a crazy party, danced with one of my ex-boyfriends for the first time ever before I even knew his name. Saw like a dude all bloody, heard gunshots. It was crazy. Another time that I did something really crazy was I went out with Chrissy to a kickback with some of our friends. They were really cool. They were like little skater dudes. We went to a kickback, and that was the first time I ever had jungle juice. Oh my gosh, you guys, I did not know jungle juice was so crazy. Like, when we got there, he was like, you need to be careful, like, don't drink too much of this because it'll catch up to you. And I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. And this girl that was there, her name was Jessica, she was drinking, like, a whole bunch of it. And I was like, oh, she seems fine. And then, like, literally, guys, I'm not even kidding, like, 20 minutes later, she was, like, puking her brains out. So I was like, oh my god, somebody needs to help this girl because this does not seem safe. So I was just, like, sipping on my jungle juice. I was like, I'm not gonna end up like that, you know. I had lied to my parents and said that I was going to homecoming so that I could go to this kickback because my parents didn't really like me to go to like parties and stuff. I mean, hello, smart, right? I was only 16. So I think even that first party that I went to, I think I was staying at Chrissy's house, and that's why I went, because her parents let us do whatever we wanted. But my parents were like, no, you're not going to parties, you're not doing this, this, and that. So I lied to my parents, and I said I was going to homecoming, and I came home drunk, and I totally tried to play it off, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go up to my room. I tried to walk up the stairs, and I was all wibbly wobbly, and my stepmom totally knew it. Like, we talked about it, like, recently, and I was like, hey, did you ever know that time when I came home? And she was like, I knew you were drunk, I just didn't say anything, I sent you to bed. And I was just like, damn, I'm not sly. So, keep that in mind. Your parents always know. They know. What else happened? I want to tell you guys, like, everything, but I don't remember everything. I want this to be exciting. Okay, here's something that I kept to myself for such a long time, and I was like, I was really at, like, I don't know, it was like a pulling sides on my heart, whether or not to tell you guys this, but I feel like I'm old enough and mature enough to be like, here it is, I will take the consequences. So there's probably going to be quite a few of you that may be upset with me for lying, or I don't know, guys. It's been years, so hopefully you can forgive me. I know that lying is not cool, but there was so much going on at the time that I didn't want the world to know my business, because I'm a very, very, I don't know, I keep a lot of the personal stuff to myself. I don't go and tell everybody my problems or what's going on in my life. Like, being so open with you guys is, like, a huge thing to me, because I don't really do that all the time. I have a select few group of people that I actually express everything to, and so you guys are, like, part of that select few, so it's, like, really weird because this is, like, so many people on YouTube. But anyways, I'm just, like, going off on, like, a tangent because I'm scared to talk about this and get all, like, sorry, I'm hot. I'm not gonna cry. I'm just hot. So there was this huge thing when I first started YouTube about people and my virginity, and I don't know why. It was like a huge topic back then, and people were like so interested, and they would always ask me questions, and I did not want to be the person to be like, yeah, I lost my virginity super young, you should do it too, you know, like, I definitely didn't want to be that person. So I lied to everybody, my family, my friends, you guys. I lied to everybody that I was still a virgin, and I was like, whatever, I'm not going to talk about this, right? Well, since I was in this like relationship with this guy that I thought I was like so in love with, we had talked about it for so long, and he was like, you know, it would make us closer, it would make us feel like, I don't know, like our emotions would be stronger to each other, blah blah blah, like the crap that people say. And I was like, yeah, you're right, like we'll be so much closer, and oh my gosh, we should do it, like, but I just want to make sure that it's right. Like I had this huge thing, like guys, morally I did not want to do it. Like I was like, I don't want to, like, I honestly wanted to wait until I was married, which I don't want to get into that because I don't want to like tarnish any of your guys' views or anything. But I wanted to wait until I was married. I did not want to. Oh my god, there's a chipmunk thing. Is that chipmunk or a squirrel? I want to show you guys. Do you see it? Sorry, I know we were on like a super serious topic. But anyways, morally, I wanted to wait until I was married or even older. I wanted to make sure that the person that I lost my virginity to was somebody that I was going to be with for a long time, and somebody that I was in love with, and blah, blah, blah. Basically, I lost my virginity when I was 16. I was almost 17 years old, and I really didn't want to do it, but I just did it because, you know, when you're young, you just kind of like, somebody tells you something and you kind of like think about it, like especially like when you think that you're like so in love. Like I thought I was like so in love with this guy, and he was telling me that this would make us closer and blah blah blah, like that crap that you hear. And so I did it, and you guys, I can't even tell you how bad I felt about it. Like literally I cried 2 weeks straight every single night because I was like, why did I do that? I wasn't ready. Why did I do that? And I was like seriously so upset with myself. Like I cried all the time, like every single day for 2 weeks straight, and I didn't want to tell anybody. I didn't even tell my best friend. I didn't tell Erica until after she told me that she lost her virginity, and I had already lost my virginity by that point. And like I didn't want to tell anybody, not my sisters, and not my best friend, like nobody. I didn't want to tell anybody because I was so upset with myself, and I was like, why did I do that? Like, and people would always ask me, they would be like, because like later on they'd be like, you've been with your boyfriend for like 2 years, how could you have not like done it yet? And I'm like, oh, you know, we're not like that, like we don't need that. Like I would seriously lie to everybody. And I don't know, I guess like I said, some of you may be upset with me because I lied to you guys back then, but just know that I did it for like a reason that was at the time seemed right to me. I didn't want anybody to know my business because I was so upset at myself for doing that. And even after, like I had told him, you know, like I don't feel any better, like it doesn't make me feel better, I don't feel closer, like I don't know. So moral of that story is, and I can get into this on another topic, but just don't do things because people are telling you to do it. And even though you think that you're so in love, sometimes you don't end up with that person. Like literally I thought I was gonna grow old with this guy. I don't even talk to him now, you know, like here we are 6 years later and I don't talk to him. So just know that like you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. If you're not ready for it, then don't do it. If it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Because I literally felt so bad for that damn chipmunk. You guys need to see this, it's taunting me. Anyways, I literally did not feel right about it, and I till this day I'm like, damn, I should have waited. I don't know. But again, I'm sorry that I lied to you guys back then. I hope you guys can understand why I lied to you and everybody, basically. But that was like a huge thing that happened during my sophomore year of high school. That's pretty much it. Oh my god, you guys, I tried out for the hip-hop team. Have you guys ever seen me dance? Literally. Maybe if you guys watch that holiday video that I put up with my friend Aisha, you'll see how horrible my dance moves are. I cannot dance to save my life. Even intoxicated, I cannot dance. So she wanted me to try out with the hip hop club with her, and I was like, dude, I can't dance. She's like, just do it for me. And I was like, okay. Of course I didn't make it. Luckily I knew a lot of the girls that were on the hip hop team, so they were really nice to me, but I was like, look, I'm not doing this for serious. You don't have to put me on the hip hop team. I know I can't dance, but I'm just here because she wants me here. So that was really embarrassing though, because I could not dance to save my life, literally. What else? This was like the first time I ever had like crazy drama too. Like the girl that I was friends with, Chrissy, she had a lot of drama with like her ex-boyfriend in California, and like there was just like so much going on, and I never knew how to handle it because like I had never been in a relationship like that. She had been with him for so long, and I was like, dude, I don't even know what to tell you. Like the guy that I'm dating, like I've talked to him for like over a year and a half, but like we haven't been dating for that long, you know. So it was like really hard for me to like understand that. And then with the guy that I was dating, he went to a different school, so there was so many times that I heard people telling me stories about him cheating on me, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna believe it, I'm not gonna believe it, blah 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 blah, and like all that craziness. So just make sure that you guys are making the right decisions for yourself, whatever you think is the right decision at the time. Really think about these things, because I know that like when you're young, it's hard to think about like the consequences or how you're gonna feel about it or how you're even gonna view it like 5 years from now. But do keep in mind that these things are going to stay with you, and they're also going to define you. Not necessarily define you, but they define the character that you decide to present, I suppose, right? So I don't know, that was that. My sophomore year was not that crazy. I just went to a new school, made new friends, had some drama, met a lot of really cool people, but like I said, they all graduated that year, so that was like not cool. And that was it. Sophomore year was actually really fun. It was super fun. I made so many cool friends, and I was really happy. So I guess that's it, guys. I told you guys like all the crazy juicy gossip. I hope that I'm not missing out anything important. I'm gonna try to give you guys more like, I don't know, chronological order when I do my Welcome to My Life junior year series, because I feel like this one was all around the place. But anyways, I hope that you guys have a great day, and please like this video and subscribe to this channel and subscribe to my makeup channel. Bye guys.